Hi students, welcome back to today's class. Now we are going to see this chapter 3, conditional and looping constructs. Okay, so first we'll move on to conditional statements. Okay, conditional constructs. The control flow structure we will see here, such as depending on time of the day, you wish good morning or good night to the pupil. So depending on the time of the day, okay, so in a particular day, based on the timing, we will see and we will wish the other people either good morning or good night. Okay, so depending on some condition only. Okay, similarly, while writing a program, we almost always need the ability to check the condition and then change the course of the program. The simplest way to do is using if statement. So how we can check the condition in any programming using if condition or if statement. Okay, so based on the condition, so if x is greater than 0, then x is positive. So you need to print after some 4-space indentation. No, see here, you can check this if is starting at the edge. But this print statement is the body of this, what is this function definition. Okay, so body of this function, so that it is called as block. Okay, so this is started after 4-space indentation. Okay, so print x is positive, so this is going to be printed after checking this condition. So at the end of this conditional statement we have colon. So like a function definition, even in conditional statements are also we have the colon at the end. So if keyword after, we need to have the condition. So condition will always use logical operators like greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, or double equal to. Here the Boolean expression, that is x greater than 0. 0 is involved here, so that it is called as Boolean expression, because Boolean data type always it will return either as 0 as the answer or 1 as the answer. 1 means true, 0 means false. Okay, so here the Boolean expression written after if is known as condition. So here this Boolean expression which is written after if is known as what? Condition. So x greater than 0 is a condition. And if condition is true, then the statement written after is executed. That is print x is positive is getting printed. Now let's see the syntax of if statement. So in option 1, we have if condition like this, simple if else condition. So if condition colon statements block 1. So after this if condition, which statements need to be executed, that will be mentioned here. And then square bracket is open, else colon. Okay, else after also colon we need to give statements block 2. So whatever statements we are mentioning inside the square bracket is the optional. Okay, if you want you can give, or which one is compulsory here. If condition, then statements block 1 is compulsorily we need to give. Next option for if control construct is if condition 1. Okay, statements block 1, elif, see square bracket is started here, that is for indicating these conditional constructs are optional here. Okay, so elif means this is an abbreviation of word, short form of else if. Okay, so else, another condition we are checking, else if condition 2 colon statements block 2, and then else. Okay, finally else part, if both the first two conditions are wrong or false, then automatically it will go to which part? Else part. So statements block n. Why it is given as n means because in between we have n number of elif statements we can give. Okay, there is no limit for in order to give the elif condition, so that only else block is written like statements block n. Okay, so here the statement within square bracket are optional. So that is for option 2, elif to else optional. So which is compulsorily we need to give if condition. Okay, first condition we need to give compulsorily. Let us understand the syntax in option 1. If the condition is true, that is satisfied, the statements written after if, that is statement block 1 is executed. Otherwise statements written after else, that is statement block 2 is executed. Remember, else class is optional here. If provided in any situation one of the two blocks get executed, uh, any one of the two blocks is going to be executed, not both. So both will not be executed at the same time. If and else block of statements, no, statement block 1, statement block 2 will not execute together. Okay, we can say that if with else provides an alternative execution, as there are two possibilities and the condition determines which one gets executed. If there are more than two possibilities, so if else will be involving only for two possibilities, only for two cases, two conditions, we can go for this if and else. If you want to give the output based on what more than two possibilities, such as based on the percentage print grade of the student. Okay, so percentage, no, it may vary. So more than 75, more than 85, and between 60 to 75, like that, and all we can give the percentage range. So according to that, we need to print the grade of the student. So that here more than two possibilities are occurring here, that is four possibilities are occurring, so that we need to go for if elif. That is option 2. We have seen no syntax. This option 2 conditional constructs we need to use. Okay, so when there are two or more than possibilities are there or conditions we want to use, means we need to go for this if elif. Okay, if elif else part. So if greater than 85 means grade A need to be printed, greater than 72 less than or equal to 85 means B should get printed, and then greater than 62, these are the inputs. Okay, according to the input we need to give the condition. Okay, so these are the ranges. According to that we need to write the condition. Let us see that example also. Then we need to chain the if statements. This is done using the second option. That is second option, we have seen the syntax, no? That is second option of if statement. Here we have used elif class instead of else. So elif combines if else if else statements to one if elif else. Okay, so you may consider elif to be an abbreviation or short form of else if. There is no limit to the number of elif class used. So for the elif class there are no limit, there is no limit at all. But if there is an else class also, it has to be at the end. So compulsorily, if there is an else class, means that should be indicating the end of the conditional construct. Okay, example for combining more than one condition. See, same example here we are going to take. If percentage greater than 85 colon. Okay, this is first block statement, that is it belongs to if condition. So that after giving 4 space indentation we are printing A. Okay, then alternative to this, if 70 less than percentage 85, that means percentage should be greater than 70 and percentage should be less than or equal to 85. For this condition, LF we have used at the end colon, then print P. Okay, so in the same way, next condition also checked and print C. And if percentage is greater than 45 and the percentage is less than or equal to 60, so and compulsorily we need to use, because here we are checking two conditions, so you need to use and operator. Okay, so if both are true only, it will get printed. Print D is will get printed. So in this chained conditions, chained, why they are saying chained conditions? Because there are more than two conditions are continuously occurring with the help of elif statement. So in the chained condition, each condition is checked in order. If previous is false, then next is checked. So every conditions are going to be checked in the order. Every chained conditions are going to be checked in the order. If the previous one false only, it will go to the next one. Okay, and if the one of them is true, then the corresponding block of the statement are executed and the statement ends. Okay, that is controls moves out of the if statement if any one of the block of statement is getting executed. Means if none is true, what will happen? Then else block get executed if provided. So if we have provided the else class, here we didn't provide else class, no, in this example. So if we have provided, if none of the conditions are true, that means less than 45 if you give, no, that is 44 if you give, none of the condition will get satisfied. So what will happen? What will happen? Only the first true, the else block get executed if provided. Okay, if more than one condition is true, okay, if more than one condition is true, then only the first true block option will get executed. True option block condition, no, if both are true, only the first true block will get executed. Okay, if you look at the conditional construct, you will find that it has the same structure as function definition. So in function definition, def keyword after we will have the function name followed by parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, if you want to pass actual arguments, sorry, formal arguments, we can pass the formal arguments, and at the end colon will be there. In the same method, conditional construct also, if then condition after, we need to give the colon. Okay, so the structure of conditional construct is similar like function definition. It is terminated by colon, that is ended by colon. Statements like this are called compound statements. So statements, if we are having if elif, then again elif, then else. So in this format, if you are having some statements, then these statements are called compound statements. If any compound statements, there is no limit on how many statements can appear inside the body, but there has to be at least one statement should be there inside the compound statement. So indentation level is used to tell Python which statement belongs to which block. So which statement belongs to which block, to identify that indentation level is going to be used for the statements. Okay. So if there are four spaces, then that is the block which is comes under one condition. Then nested condition under, if we are writing another compound statement, means that should be having 8 indentation space. Okay, 8 white spaces need to be provided. Okay. So there is another way of writing simple if else statement in Python. There is another way of writing simple if else statement in Python. So how we can write in another format? So we have seen that option 1 syntax is if condition statements block 1, else statements block 2. This is one format or one syntax. What is the another syntax? How we can write simple if else statement? Variable, that is resultant variable, is equal to variable 1 if condition, else variable 2. That means condition is true means variable 1 will be displayed, that is assigned to this variable, result variable. If condition is false, then variable 2 answer will be taken, that is going to be assigned to variable, okay, resultant variable. So now let us see the example for that. In the above statement, on evaluation means after assigning value for variable 1 and variable 2, and after checking some conditions, okay, on the evaluation, if condition results into true, then variable 1 is assigned to variable. If condition is fails, okay, so otherwise the variable 2 is assigned to this variable answer. For example, a is equal to 5, b is equal to 10, x is equal to true, y is equal to false. Result is equal to x if a is less than b, else y. That means same format only. Instead of variable, we are having here result. Variable 1, this is syntax. This is syntax for simple if else statement. So this syntax, now it is going to be applied in one example. So in the variables place, we have the variable name called a result. And in variable 1, we have x. Okay. If condition, so condition is what? A less than b. Yes or no? 5 is less than 10 only, no? Condition true. So true means which one will get executed? X is going to be assigned to result. So now the result will be having the answer true because A is 5, B is 10, 5 is less than B. Else, if we are giving A is 10 and B is 5, what will happen? Y is going to be else Y. So Y value going to be assigned. That is, see, if the condition is false, then automatically Y value will get assigned to result. Okay. Now, sometimes it is useful to have a body with no statements. So sometimes we may want to have condition statements without having any statements inside it. In that case, we can use pass statements. So what is the use of pass statement here? Pass statement does nothing. So pass is a keyword here. What is the meaning of pass here? It does nothing. It won't do anything. Okay, it won't do any. It won't give any effect on the screen. If condition colon pass, it is possible to have a condition within another condition. Such conditions are known as nested condition. That also we will see now. It is possible to have a condition within another condition. Such conditions are known as nested. So let us see example for that. We are taking two variables here, x double equal to y. That is x is equivalent to y or not, we are checking here. If it is true, then print x and y are equal. Else, okay, else after one more if else condition we are writing here inside this else part. That is that is outer if else statement. No, we are writing inner if else statement. That is only, that's why it is called as, this condition is placed inside this if x is equal to y statement. That's why it is called as nested condition. Okay. So else after, again we are checking the condition if x is less than y, colon, print x is less than y. Else, colon, print x is greater than y. So you can check the indentation here, everything is same. Print statement, everything is placed at the same indentation level. So this if x less than y and print x is less than y and else print x is greater than y, this is known as nested if condition. Here, a complete if-else statement belongs to the else part of complete if-else statement belongs to the else part of the outer if statement. Okay, note the condition can be any Python expression. So here condition, whatever condition here we are giving, no, that can be any Python expression. So that is something that returns a value, some answer it will return. Okay, either true or false answer it will return. No, condition following values when it is returned from that expression. No, okay, when the Python expression is returning the following values, like none, number 0, and then a string of length 0, an empty collection. So when these answers are returned from the condition, then it will give the answer as false. Okay, following values when returned through expression are considered to be false. Okay, so all these are going to be none, number 0, string of length 0, and empty collection, all are going to be considered here as false when these values are returned through the expression. Understood? So with this, we will wind up this video. Just go through the simple if conditional construct and how we can write simple if else statement in a normal way and in another way. That is the second way we have seen here now. So this both the ways you need to remember how to write simple if else condition, and if else condition also you need to remember that syntax. And then last we have seen under conditional construct, if we don't want to pass any statements inside the condition, so just we can use pass keyword or pass statement that will do nothing. Okay, so next we have seen nested condition. So that is outer if conditions else part we have written another if else condition fully, so that's why it is known as nested condition. So when the values are returned from the Python expressions like none, number 0, string of length 0, and empty collection, the answer will be, it is going to be considered as false only. Okay, so with this we will wind up this video, and in the next video we will see looping constructs. So here we have around 2 looping constructs, while statement, while looping construct, and for looping construct. So let us see one by one while and for statement in the next video. Thank you.